Hello guys, DeathThreat88 back here. Last time on Let's Play OpenTTD, we set up a basic railroad system to essentially connect point A to point B. We've also added a couple trains to it, so we're making a little bit of money now. Not a lot, but it's still enough to keep us afloat. Alright, well let's get back into it. Got this train here, what else? Got a train down here coming along the way. And then we got one more. Looks like that guy just broke down. He's getting back to the station. Then we should have some more money. Next thing we may want to do, I was thinking about maybe connecting this station to here so we can offload everything here. Or we could potentially run the coal from this guy here. We could run another set of train tracks and do an intersection of some sort here. So let's... How much money can we borrow? We can borrow $90,000. That's not a lot, but we can set up a transport train with that. So from that, we'll do one by... I do the shorter platforms on these guys. Well, actually, yeah. Do the platform a little bit shorter. You have to borrow the money first if I want to use it. Do the platform a little bit shorter, and what that allows us to do, so I can bring this guy in like right there. Oh, nope, there's a steel mill in the way. But I can bring that guy in right there, and what we can do is we can literally just run one train from point A to point B here, and the entire goal of this train's existence is to run coal from here to here so that these guys can run it. And we'll add a station here. That looks about right. So then we'll add, yet again, biggest, fastest train we can get. We'll make this one another 4. We'll make you coal yet again. And then we'll have you run from here to here. Now the way you have to do the commands on this guy, so you have to go up here and you have to go fully load, like we did on the other one. Then you have to do transfer and then leave empty, because otherwise it will just constantly transfer coal from here to here. So we'll just let that guy run, and we'll see what he can do. And we'll repay all this again, because then we're down a little bit less. And there we go. Should have some more money flowing in here. And that'll essentially just allow us to boost the amount of coal we have here, so we can, in essence, run more coal that way. And we'll make more money that way. Now the other option I could have done with this guy is I could have run it and made it a connection on this track, so I have the train just run directly from here down there. But the only issue I find with that sometimes is you'll get so many trains along here. This can probably handle about 8 to 10 trains, about the size I got. If you get more than that, they all just slow each other down. Alright, so we'll let that run a little bit. Alright, so I did realize, I looked in the last video, the video isn't the greatest, but it's pretty good. I'm trying to speak a little bit louder, make the audio seem a little bit better. Not sure if it's coming out any better, but hey, we'll see how it works. We're making do with what we got. And then you see there how it transferred everything. Now if we go in here and press this plus sign, it'll show us that it has 127 tons of the coal at this station is from the D by mines, I think that's how you pronounce it, and it's getting transferred here. So of the 184 tons at the Trahead mines, 127 of it is all from D-Bay. And that will, we could probably run another train when we get up. Do we have enough money? Can probably run another train. Oh, no, we're about 1,000 short. So we'll borrow more money then. And what we can do is we can clone the train, and now we can add another train to this track. And I'm sure we'll probably run into some issues with the trains getting all messed up here at some point. But other than that, we should be good to go. So it's already almost 1938, so we've been playing this game for almost 4 years now. There is a lot of going fast through it, but that's just how I go about doing this, because in the beginning you don't have a lot to monitor and you don't make money that fast. Oh, picked up another little bit of money. So now we're down to 390,000. I think we'll wait until we got about $200,000 to run the coal from here there, and I'll show you guys how I do an interchange then. And then yeah, we can almost run another train off that. Yeah, we probably should. And then when we get to the point where there's 2 trains sitting at the station at any one point in time, that's when we'll get rid of one of them. So now we have 5 trains on this main line and 1 on the secondary line. And then these are our finances again. There are options to take out the little finance box showing up every year in the game, but it's not that bad. I think it helps because then you can show how much money you do and don't have. So then we'll look at finances again, and we are not too shy of that. We'll wait till the next train load, and then we can offload it. Now if we go to the station here, we should be able to see with the 2 trains that are coming down this way, we should be able to see the action of how it works out when they come in to the station all at once. So what you'll see is you'll see them come onto the station, and I believe they'll take this main route here. Yep, so that guy's getting slowed down a little bit. So he'll take the main route there, and then this guy will probably want to take the secondary route because this one's blocked off right now. So then he'll go onto the second station here. And this is essentially an efficiency thing because then you can have up to 3, 6, you can have up to about 9 trains waiting roughly, and they'll run through here pretty efficiently. The only inefficient part is this. I may change this up at some point, but this isn't that major of a station right now for us to worry about it. Alright, now that we have the money for that, we'll go back down here and we'll connect this station over here. We'll connect it up. We'll do 2 by 7 yet again. And then it tells us we can, when we put it down, it tells us there, it says it accepts passengers and also supplies passengers, mails, and coal. Passengers are a pretty good commodity to get into, but initially, unless you have like the really big cities, and unless you're using airplanes for the most part, it's not all that worthwhile. Alright, so it'd probably be in our best interest, I'm going to run into more farmland here, to run this guy up here, and then run him back, because otherwise we're going to run into a city and our station, and we don't want to do that. So we'll do that there, and then we'll run this one here, and then we'll flatten this guy out too. The main thing with this is to get it all just running initially, and we should probably borrow that money. But the way we have it set up now, we do have a pretty good income now, so we don't really have to worry too much about the fact of running out of money at any point, just due to the amount of construction we're doing, which is also a pretty nice thing to go about. So we'll start by, the only bad thing about this is we're going to run into a lot of costs with farmland on this. And we can, and with this, we don't have to go right away and do everything all at once. But like, see, that section's good, and then this is the other section too. And I'll show you guys, this is how I do the intersection, so I try and even out the land. Sometimes it doesn't work, but sometimes you get these massive valleys in here too, and then you can build these little bridges across sometimes, and then you'll have like a big bridge underneath. And that's just a cool thing. I like the feature of that, I like how it looks. But let's say we were running this guy into here. Now, so the way I do this is I would remove these two, and then I get all this, that gives us all the signals out of the way. So we want to connect this to every piece of track that we can except for the last two, like right here, and then that guy. And what that'll do is allow the train to essentially take any path it wants and just come down the track there. Alright, so now if we begin to equalize some of this stuff out, then that'll cost, yep, that's where a lot of our money is going to go right away. And then if we don't have enough money in this instance, like we didn't, it only evens out as much terrain as it can go. So we'll let it run a little bit more, we'll rack up a little bit more money, and then I'll continue to show you how we go about this. Alright, there's a little bit more money. So if we hit that button again, it almost gets us there. We'll let one more train offload. And then, there we go. We should be able to equalize it out. There we go. Alright, so then for this guy here, do it right there, right there. Yes, we'll have that there. We'll have this guy here. He'll run there, like that. And we'll trim all the extra track off this, but now it's essentially flat again, so it's all one flat level line. You can't always avoid this, so like if I was trying to connect, for instance, this farm up to these lines to get it to run through here, it's going to have to go down 2 levels at some point, so I'd probably bring it, I'd probably try and even this out a little bit and probably sort of like slope it down instead of doing it all at once, have it to where it go down like 1 level a little bit, then down 1 more level. That just helps increase speed a little bit. Alright, so there's all that extra track, and we'll replace all the signals now. We'll actually determine where we're going to put the signals now, since we got a little bit of money. So we'll determine this is the in feed to sort of match the other ones, and then these 2 guys are out feed. Put that there. Run you down here. Run you here. Oh, and that got rid of that signal. Sometimes the game does have certain features in it that I don't like, such as this, where it will replace, if I run the main signal over the entry signal, it'll just replace that with a main signal. And that doesn't help all the time, but it's not bad in all cases. Yeah, we want to be going this way. There we go. Sometimes you can also get confused when replacing the signals too, because I get confused all the time, because sometimes there are trains that are just going along and you're just like, alright, we'll just figure it out. And then sometimes you can see how the signals turn red all the way back there. That's because essentially it was taking that whole length of track, this whole like 100 and some odd length of track, and essentially making it a whole block. And we ran out of money for that, so we'll wait yet again. And here we go. See, it tells us we lost $110,000 last year, but we still have a lot of money, so we're not too worried about that. So now we can run this signal down this way. I'll probably want to throw a depot in like right here or something for these guys too. But now what we got to do here, so these are one-way path signals right here, these guys, and what it allows the train to do. So if it has, let's say we have a train here going this way and we have a train going this way. Normally if we had just the block signals, this here would be an entire block, so if there's one train on here, only one train can pass through here at a time. But if we have these guys on here, so if this train has a clear path to that side and this train has a clear path to that side, they will both go at the same time. So then we'll replace this one too. And that just helps out a lot because you can run more trains through it. And then I always add the signals like right at the end of the platform, so then it ends like this is only one little block through here. So now we can run another train down this way. We'll just do it from this station here. At some point it'll give us a much more efficient set of trains. I'm not really worried about that at this point. But that'll help a lot, because then we'll have faster trains and we'll be able to transport stuff faster, in which turn we'll need either fewer trains or we may need the same amount of trains because it can handle the amount of supplies we're supplying. And if we get rid of that, now this train should run down there. And the cool thing about this signal system that I have set up here, so if we have a train going straight, and if we have a train that has to get onto this rail here, they can both go at the same time because this guy is not blocking at all. Now if I had the system set up to where this was the side that it could come down, this is the side that it would go that way, then it would block anything coming into the signal except for this guy going that way. And that isn't the most efficient way, but this is usually the way that I like to do it, just because it can help out in some instances. Oh, there's that pesky button I don't need again. And then this guy should run down here. Got that nice valley through there. And then if we see him, how much can you? Okay, you don't transport a lot per month. So we could probably throw another train or two on here. Still got, you see now how we zoom through the month, or through a couple months, and we get a lot of money? It's because we have quite a few trains running now. Because this will be train number 8 or something like that. And then we can probably make train 8 and 9 run off this. And that'll just allow us to support the whole network there. So if we repay all that, we'll have the loan set up. So there's that. And then these guys should come down. So I hope that train doesn't go there. Hopefully it doesn't leave by the time. Because let's say, for instance, this train's here, and then these guys come in. Sometimes you can see a traffic jam with these guys, like that guy will go there, and then this guy will go here. So as soon as this guy leaves, as soon as he's out, if this guy leaves at the same time, or tries to leave, they'll essentially go in order of how close the trains are. So if all three of these were trying to get, if that guy's trying to get here and these two are trying to leave, you'd have this train here would go out, and then, or one of these two, then this guy would come in that slot, and then the other guy would go out. So if we zoom up a little bit, should see, there we go. See, the station probably isn't giving us the greatest of, oh, it's actually giving us a pretty good rating. So that's bumping up the amount of supply we get per month, which does help a lot. But other than that, we should be good to go. And it'll cap out at some point. But yeah, we'll have a lot of money coming off that. So now if we take a look at finances, we got $158,000. Our company's probably actually worth something now. We actually have a bigger loan now because we can borrow $550,000. So if we go to the company value graph, it'll show that our company is now worth somewhere around $75,000. That jumped up from about March of this year, and that went up. So usually when you get to that point, you start making a lot of money. The reason that I find planes unfair is because they will literally just, like, first month you build two airports and build one plane, and your value will rocket up to like $100,000. It's just a way to cheaply get through the game, and I don't like it that way. And then you can also see a little bump here where it looks like we started to gain some finances, but then I think I built this on here, so that's when it went back down to 0. And you'll see it fluctuate over time as we get more value. And essentially what we're going to try and do now is we're going to try and pay off this loan, and then that should be just about the end of the episode. And then maybe next time we'll look into maybe connecting another coal station to here, and we may even try and transport some steel or something, I don't know. Oh, there we go. We can actually transport this ore directly to here. We aren't going to make a lot of money off of it, but I can actually, this is one way to show you how road vehicles work. So with road vehicles, you have like one set up there, and then you'll have one guy set here. They're a lot easier to deal with because you can essentially just tell them to go here, go there, and then there's not any fancy orders you need. And then we have like a depot there. So you go into new vehicles. It'd be the bulk truck because we are transporting iron ore. So then we go into resources, we go iron ore. It's not going to cost anything to refit it. So we have it go here, and I always tell them to fully load, so they just wait until there's a full load on the truck, then they go. And if we run that, we should be able to get a decent amount of iron from that. We may need like a second truck or something, but it won't be that bad. You can also do efficiency stations with these guys too, but it's not always needed. And then, yeah, we'll need probably 3 of these guys, it's looking like. And that will just allow us to constantly be running trucks, because they'll be constantly loading up. And then we may even need more. Oh, no, we won't. There we go. Because every time a truck gets filled, it leaves, and then a new truck comes. That'll make us some money. So now if we look, if we go back under finances here, we can actually probably pay off most of this loan. There we go. You can see that we have both an income for train, and then we have one for road vehicles. They also do have one for aircraft and then ships. With aircraft, you can get pretty insane with it because you can get this within, by the time we're here, you can get it up to like couple million per year, which I think is unfair because you can just win the game really quick that way. There's not really a win situation in the game, but it'll essentially in this instance of the game, you just try and build up to outcompete everyone else. So I might do a couple of these. I'll probably do this until I have like 10 10 million or something like that. And then I'll probably come back and do another series where I compete against AI, or maybe I have one of my friends compete against me. I don't know. We'll just see what their schedules look like and what my schedule looks like. And the difference between trains and cars, so like cars you can constantly make income off of, and you'll constantly see your income fluctuate a bit. So they're a little bit more stable income versus with like the trains, it's more of a spiky income because it can take them a long time. So if we look at income graph, the major spikes on here are when stuff got delivered for trains and when stuff didn't. When you see the minor bumps here, this is all like just the vehicles and stuff. Yeah, and then you can also compare it against other companies too, which is another cool feature. And we are actually out of debt now because we have $90,000, and that's all surplus money right now. So if you look at our company value, sort of peaked out. We're at almost half a million. But we're just going to try, I think I'm going to set this to $100 million. We'll set it up to that much, or we'll run it to like the year until pretty much we have almost everything unlocked, because then I can show you all the different features in the game. And I may leave off at some point in the series and come back and say, hey, look, this is the new stuff that came out. But it should be pretty soon here that we do get the Steam engines. And if you look now, our trains are making over $500,000 a year, which is really nice because now we can build pretty much anything. So I'm going to end the episode here. Yet again, thank you guys for watching. If you do have any suggestions as to how I can make the videos better or anything, just let me know. But other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.